What up guys, I'm just going to quickly show you what I'm making to eat. I'm currently making meal 3. I'm going out for some food tonight. I'm going to Digbeth Dining Club, which is like a street food place, going out with the boys. So I'm going to be eating some stuff which is off plan, not too easy to track, but because it's off season, I'll show you what I do basically. So this is meal 3. So I've got loads of broccoli, and then I've got some mince meat, 150 gram of mince there, 5% fat mince as my protein source, and then just some veggies, and I'm going to have just a small amount of carbs. So basically this meal 3, it's currently what, 4:30 now. So what I do is I'll reduce food throughout my day. So this is how my fitness pal is looking at the moment. As you can see, I've had 177, but you can see my fats are really low, and I've had approximately 1500 calories. So this is going to be my last meal now until I go out and eat about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So as you can see, if I'm aiming to hit, say, 3200 calories normally, that means I've got like 1200 calories to play with. I'll probably be a bit over that, but as it's off season, I'm not really bothered. If I really was too worried, I could just reduce some calories from tomorrow, but we're all going to see, because I don't even know what I'm going to eat yet tonight. There's always some healthy choices. I might have a burger, I might have a cheesecake, or I might just have some, like, they have some Brazilian food which looks epic. So I'm very excited. But yeah, basically reduce calories from the day. I did things this morning like removed my peanut butter from my breakfast, saved me about 200 calories, and then for lunch I had a lighter lunch, and now I'm having a very smaller meal, but I'm not even hungry. I'm just getting it in to get the protein serving in, and then I'll be extra hungry when I get to 7:30, 8 o'clock. I can enjoy some food and maybe a few drinks tonight. I'm currently doing check-ins, so I'm just getting this quick meal down, and then I'm going to finish off with my check-ins with all the guys, send all the stuff out, and then I'm going to be getting ready to go out. Morning guys, I've literally just got up. It's like 8:30 now. I'm up a little bit late, hence the face, the barnet. I've literally just got up, washed my face, come downstairs, went out last night, had some really nice food, ended up getting something from the place called Grill Brazil. So it was like Brazilian steak and some Brazilian sausage with rice, and then I queued up some Chinese dim sum, but the queue was fucking hench, so I ended up just getting like this burrito, which was unbelievable. It was like a chicken tikka burrito, best burrito I've ever had. So Digbeth Dining Club, epic man. I like to try different things every time I go, and I haven't been for a while, but it was good to catch up with the boys. So this morning, I'm not having tons of food, but instead of just having a protein shake like normal, I've done myself 5 egg whites. I put some red hot sauce in there, some salt to help with the pump at the gym, and just some pepper, just because I like to have something in my stomach before I train. But really I only need a protein source. So I've already got more than enough food in me, especially having a little bit extra last night. But I had a really good sleep, so by the time I woke up, had my cup of tea, downed a couple pints of water, I had to get my monster in on the way to the gym. I should be feeling buzzing and ready to smash a decent workout. What up guys, I'm going to get right into this talk. I'm going to be talking now for about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to be doing this at the end of most videos now, because I'm trying to give good value, content I want you to learn. At the start of the videos, I'll put like a little bit more, hopefully a bit more entertaining, a look into my life, about my foods, my training. And then at the end, on most videos, I'm going to put like 5 minutes on, so you guys can hopefully take something away. Each week I'll do a different sort of subject or so on. Then at least I'm giving you value, and then hopefully you'll be learning, and you'll keep coming back and watching these videos and sharing them possibly. So I did a poll on my Instagram, like a voting thing, and I did how long to bulk for and how to progress food, and how long to bulk got a few more votes. So that is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to start by talking about a great post that one of the 3DMJ guys, 3DMJ is 3D Muscle Journey, and that's like a group of online trainers from America. They're like the leading natural bodybuilders who do a lot of coaching. Very popular. So if you haven't seen them, go and check them out on the internet, their YouTube channel. But one of the guys, he's like 40, and he was talking about basically the percentage of time you spend bulking to cutting. And nowadays with social media, everyone wants to be lean and so on. And he's glad, and he was just saying that he's so glad that he wasn't he didn't start his bodybuilding career in this day and age, because his percentage of cutting to bulking would be a lot more skewed. So you can look at you should be looking at how long you want to bulk to cut in percentages. If you don't approach things properly and have a plan, then let's just say looking at it like a year. Ideally, if you were looking at it like a year, you'd want 3 months to cut and you'd want 9 months to bulk. That means you've had 3 times longer bulking than you have cutting. So you're going to make a lot more progress. The problem is when people mess up their cuts or mess up their bulks, say if they've come out of a competition, then they end up getting 2 months into a bulk, not feeling too great, having a cut for a month, and they're yo-yoing there back and forth. So you really need to get yourself into a good position. You need to start off a bulk quite lean, so then you can progress your food and over a long period put on a really decent amount of weight that will start you off a really good position for a cut. So percentage wise, you need to make sure your bulk is a lot higher percentage than the rate you're going to be cutting. If I keep looking down, it's because I've wrote a few things down, I don't want to miss it. So, okay, so how long to bulk for? Another way you can look at it is if you're, depending on what level you're at, if you're a beginner, then the first 3 years you can gain a hell of a lot of muscle. So ideally, for them first 3 years, you want to spend as much time in a calorie surplus, because bulking, all that is you being in a calorie surplus. You want to spend as much time as you can in a calorie surplus for those first few years. So many people, obviously it depends on body fat levels, but if you can get into training in your first few years and start learning a little bit, then you can maximise the progress, because after those first few years, then your rate of gain building muscle will slow down a lot. You see these guys, these natural guys which have been training a couple of years and they're huge. I'm guessing it's just because they started off going to a calorie surplus and just stuck like it, obviously with some good genetics and so on, and a lot of hard work. If you're an intermediate, you're going to need to spend a lot longer in a calorie surplus. The bulk is going to need to be a lot longer. Ideally, if you're unassisted, if you're a natural guy, I would say a bulk any less than 6 months is literally pointless. I've been bulking for now 9 months, and don't get me wrong, I'm hoping to see some progress, but by the time I cut down, I might have made 2 or 3 pounds of muscle, max maybe. It's really hard to say. 6 months minimum bulk if you're unassisted and natural. If you are assisted and you take some gear, then if you were to do like a 16-week cycle while being in a surplus, then you're going to make, if you do it properly, you can make a mad amount of progress, and I mean it. No way at all am I condoning people to use or whatever, but I'm just telling you how it is. Obviously it can speed things up a lot more than if you were a natural guy. Next thing is, you need to start off your bulk lean. You can't really bulk if you're already bulked, because the way you set up a bulk is by starting off here and then ending here. Here is, let's just say you were 200 pound at the start of your bulk, you end up your bulk at, let's just say 230. If this, and this is your lean point, if you're already 20 pound over your lean point, then by the end of your bulk, you're going to be way past it, and then you're never going to get back down to this point, and condition will always be sacrificed. And the diet will be crap and horrible. So to start a good off season, make sure you're lean first to do that. Make sure that your percentage of being in a bulk is a lot longer than being in a cut. If you're natural and unassisted, make sure you're looking at 6 months minimum. 12 months plus can be great. Obviously you can slot a few little mini cuts in there, but I will do a video on mini cuts, and I will do a video on like rates of gain in off season. I'm actually currently in a little bit of I'm unsure on what to do, because I had a choice whether I could speed my bulk up and then do a mini cut, But then again, if I'm mini cutting, that means I'm having 4 to 6 weeks in a deficit. So that 4 to 6 weeks I could actually be spent gaining. So in my opinion, you're actually better off doing a slower bulk and actually staying in that calorie surplus instead of bulking that little bit faster, but then having to do a mini cut where you're actually spending 4 or 6 whole weeks in a calorie surplus. So you're better off just taking things slow, steady. Just because you are putting scale weight on faster doesn't necessarily mean you're going to bring any more muscle. This is my little talk on how long you should bulk for. Minimum 6 months, try and do 12, 18 months, all depending on what level you're at. If you are lean all the time, you have to be in a calorie surplus to make progress. Every time you're only actually bodybuilding, even though you might not like to be classed as a bodybuilder. I went through a stage a few years ago being like, I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not like a physique guy, but I was just like, whatever you are, bodybuilding is when you're growing and you're improving your physique. Whether you class yourself as a bodybuilder or not, bodybuilding is when we're improving. So the only time you are improving and being a bodybuilder is when you're in a calorie surplus. And when you're cutting, all you're doing is just being a really good dieter. You're just getting better and better at dieting. So to make progress, be that bodybuilder, be in that calorie surplus. You don't need to be a dream bulker, but you don't want to be where I've been before and struggle with getting out of, like a lot of people do, getting out of that cut mentality and actually making some progress. Because personally, I've been there. I spent a lot of last year in the cut mentality, struggling with putting weight on mentally, and everything's just down. Your training's down, everything's down, performance is down big time. So yes, I hope that's helped. I hope I've got the point across. Make sure you're bulking, make sure you're in a calorie surplus, dedicate a little bit of time to this, make some wicked progress, and keep watching these videos, and hopefully you'll learn a thing or two, and then we can all make some epic progress together. Alright guys, that's enough for this week's video. I am luckily going to Spain tomorrow for like 4 or 5 days, which is going to be sick, so I'm going to be getting some downtime. Still going to try and put some content on my social media, and then I'll be back next week for another video, and I'll probably post that on my Instagram, so if you're not following already, make sure you do. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, share it on your IG, whatever you can do, I appreciate it as always. See you later guys.